In this video, I'm going to talk about Copilot, Copilot capabilities, Copilot concepts, products around Copilot, licensing of the Copilot, and how does Copilot fare across within the Microsoft ecosystem. Now, this is an introductory video, and in the coming videos, I'll be covering Copilot in much more depth. I will cover Copilot in each and every product or services provided by Microsoft. Now, just to start with, what is Copilot? Now, Copilot is basically a generative AI provided by Microsoft. It makes use of artificial intelligence and it provides real time intelligent assistance for enhancing users' creativity, productivity, and skills. Now, again, Copilot is a whole new way to work. Copilot is not an autopilot. Copilot will help you in the journey of you being more productive, you being more creative, just by leveraging internet contents. Okay, now the whole concept is basically it scans through the internet, it scans through the document, it scans through the knowledge base and try to provide the best possible solution. Now, what Microsoft has done is Microsoft has used that technology and utilized that in the Microsoft ecosystem. So, Microsoft 3 clouds, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, Azure. So, all this cloud leverages Copilot functionality just to make your things easier for you. Now, Copilot uses a large language model to assist with the task requested. It uses DALL-E model for image generation, so you can generate various images based on the prompts. Now, Copilot was formerly called as Bing Chat Enterprise. Recently, Microsoft has started making use of GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo model behind the uh, the generative AI. Now, Copilot work alongside you to unleash the creativity and help perform tasks quicker. Again, time and again, I'd say Copilot is not autopilot, and Copilot doesn't give the result correct every time. So, whatever solution or whatever output Copilot provides you, it is up to you to verify the output and then make sure that that is the right output you're expecting from Copilot, and then utilize that in your system. So you need to put that check around before you even use the output provided by Copilot. Copilot again is your everyday AI companion. It is strongly built into all the products within Microsoft, and slowly all the features are going to get light up in the coming days. Copilot aims to enhance efficiency, foster innovation, and boost productivity. It uses large language models and integrates your data with the Microsoft Graph and Microsoft 365 applications and services. Now, what are the capabilities of Copilot? Now, Copilot basically allows you to co author, co build, co iterate, collaborate, co-design, co-analyze, co-visualize. So when I say co-author, means it allows you to write paragraph, documents, proposals, statement of work, any text-based content. Okay, it allows you to author that content. Co-build, it allows you to build maybe an application. It allows you to it suggests you a source code. Okay, so if you want to search for a code like a JavaScript code to do a validation of email, then Copilot allows you to give you that platform to build those code base. Co-iterate, collaborate, it allows you to have a nice collaboration between your internal team member or maybe with an external user, just by leveraging the entire large language model. Now it allows you to co-design as well. So co-design means that there's a application called as Microsoft Design that allows you to uh, de- design various artifacts related to graphics like an image, logo, stickers, those kind of things, and it makes use of DALL-E model to generate those designs. And you can then do a analysis of the output which has been provided by Microsoft, and then you can decide whether to keep that output or not, or maybe ask Copilot to suggest something more. The concepts and terminologies, these are some of the concepts and terminologies which I thought it is important before we even start this Copilot journey. So large language model is basically trained on massive amounts of public data, including books, articles, and website. Now, whenever Copilot is asked for some request, like by providing some inputs in the prompt, then large language model uh, browses through the various data source like books, articles, and website to give you a meaningful output. GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. GPT versions are GPT-3, 3.5, 4, GPT-4 Turbo. What is a prompt? Prompts are basically natural language text describing the task that an AI should perform. So it's an input basically to the AI. DALL-E is a model. It is a text-to-image model developed by OpenAI. Boost define the number of turns you have to create the image faster. Okay, so you may hear this term quite frequently. Microsoft Prometheus model. Now it's a proprietary technology by Microsoft that uses Bing and GPT to generate responses based on user prompt. Now this is like Microsoft's version of GPT. Okay, so Microsoft takes helps of OpenAI technology and try to inbuilt those capability within the Microsoft ecosystem. ChatGPT is free to use conversational AI system. OpenAI is an organization, it's a US-based artificial intelligence research organization. ChatGPT Plus is basically an enhanced version of ChatGPT. Generative AI, it's a type of AI, artificial intelligence, to generate various contents like images, text, video, audio, raw responses, etc. It can be, that can be code as well, and this list just keeps on growing. AI hallucination, when large language model generates incorrect or false information. So as I mentioned to you, AI will not generate right answer every time. So the process of basically when the AI generates a wrong response or a false information, it's called as AI hallucination. Bard is a conversational AI chatbot built by Google, so it's like in a direct competition to GPT. Azure OpenAI, it's a cloud-based platform to build and deploy AI models. So it basically provides a REST API access to the open language model like GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo. So GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. Recent version is GPT-4. Chat GPT is an online chat interface. GPT is a multi-model large language model created by OpenAI. DALL-E, again, I mentioned to you that's a text to image model built by OpenAI. The recent version is DALL-E 3. It allows you to generate realistic image just by providing a prompt. So the more precise you provide a prompt, it will give you more realistic image. So and the output of the image can be, again, it can be in the form of imagery, paintings, emoji, stickers, those kind of things. So what DALL-E basically does is it takes the text, parses the text, tries finding those input, and try to utilize those particular text in rendering a pixel. Now the pixel can be fine-tuned based on the algorithm which is present in the DALL-E model. Prompt is basically what you provide an input to the AI. It's a natural language text describing the task that an AI should perform. The prompt can be in any language. It's not restricted to English. It can be in any language, but then it provides some sort of instruction to AI in a reasonable manner so that AI can understand that response and provide an output instantaneously. Prompt is typically a statement or a question. It can be a request. Prompt engineering may involve like phrasing a query, specifying the style like balanced, professional, or maybe a custom style provided by you. Also providing a context because the AI should understand what context are you referring to, because the same thing can be said in a different manner and in a different environment. Also prompt is also about like you can specify a role while suggesting some prompts to the AI model. Large language models are the basic heart of the AI. It's basically trained on massive amount of public data, books, article, website, and many other things. One can interact with large language model using prompts. Now LLM generates a response based on the prompts. So all the books, articles, website within the internet or any other data sources are scanned through and processed within a a big model called as a large language model. There can be a small language model as well, which is domain specific, or it is specific to some work area. And there is a large language model which is quite generic, which is like it won't give you that specific response, but it will contain most of the information which is required by an AI to respond to. Now, Copilot. Microsoft has implemented Copilot in multiple Microsoft products. I have listed down some of the product. Okay, I would say this is just 50% of the list, or maybe I'd say 30% of the list. But Microsoft has started rolling out Copilot functionality in various products. I have categorized the product based on uh, MS Office, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Outlook, Microsoft 365, Teams, OneDrive, Outlook, Chat, Loop, Whiteboard, Forms. Okay. In Power Platform like Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, Copilot Studio, Power Pages, Copilot for Service like Dynamics CRM, ServiceNow, Zendesk, Salesforce, Dynamics 365 customer service, sales, and it's coming in insights as well, and maybe it might come in Business Central applications as well. Now, then there is a Copilot for an operating system, Windows 11. Then there are Copilot for various other products which has been acquired by Microsoft, like Clipchamp. It's present in Microsoft Edge browser. Then Microsoft 365 itself has a Copilot or a chat Copilot, and then various other Copilot in security, GitHub Copilot, Azure Data Studio, and many more. So the list is growing. Copilot licensing. Microsoft has recently announced a licensing model which cuts down the limitation of like acquiring 300 seats to have Copilot within your organization. So there are three versions, I'd say: Copilot Free, Pro, and Copilot for Microsoft 365. Now, free and Copilot Pro, let's assume that this is just for your like personal use or personal purposes, and Copilot for Microsoft 365 is like for an organization or enterprise use. Now, AI foundation features is present in all of the SKUs. Web grounding, commercial data protection. So these three items are present in all of the SKUs. Now, image boost, like the I gave you the definition of boost. Boost means basically it gives you more, say, compute space, or it generates an image within a specific amount of time. Okay. Now, with Copilot Pro, you get 100 boost credit per day. Okay, so that means I would say image will be rendered quickly compared to the free version. Okay, now in the Copilot Pro, you get a priority model access. So that means you get more compute compared to other models. Okay, you get Copilot Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote in Copilot Pro. However, Teams Copilot is present in Microsoft 365 only. So that means you don't get Teams Copilot in Copilot Pro as of now. Microsoft Graph Grounding, again, is present in Copilot for Microsoft 365. From a customization perspective, you can use Copilot Studio for Copilot for Microsoft 365. It was earlier called as Power Virtual Agent. Copilot GPT Builder again is like a platform to customize your Copilot for, say, personal use. Okay, so that's still under development, and it will be coming soon. Now, these are the important URL which you need to keep in mind. OpenAI is an organization which has built ChatGPT. How to access ChatGPT? It's like an open source version, I'd say, uh, for interacting with the bots. DALL-E 3, it's a text to image model. Copilot, Microsoft Copilot is basically Microsoft product, Microsoft's implementation of GPT. Google Bard is a competitor to GPT, so it's a bard.google.com. So that's the URL. So I would highly encourage you to explore these links. Now, just to show you where are the Copilot introduced. So I'm in make.powerapps.com. So the screen which you see over here, now the first thing you see over here, let's build an app. What should I do? This is part of Copilot. So Copilot encourages you to build an app using AI, and it also mentioned this feature uses generative AI to build an app. Okay, so that's the first one. Second thing, there is something called a describe the new table. So if you do not have table in place or data model in place, Copilot will start adding data with Copilot over here. So you need to just specify what kind of table you want. So you can say, uh, create a hospital management system table. Okay. So if you start creating those, providing those prompts within the Copilot, and then Copilot will go into the backend large language model and start generating those backend table, and then you can pick and choose whatever column you want, whatever column you want to drop or edit or change the data type. So those all things can be done. Going back to the Canvas app interface. So here you can see that there's a Copilot prompt readily available. You can add a button, you can add a text table, add a gallery, add an email screen, and so on and so forth. So this is the best you can leverage out of Power Apps within this entire interface. Going back to Power Automate again, before you even start with creating a flow, it will give you a platform to create Power Automate. And here, without even writing a single piece of code, you just specify some text, and then it will automatically generate the scaffolding for you to build the Power Automate. Within Power Automate, there is a control called as a respond to Copilot. So it has some actions, it has got some triggers, and if you go into the new designer, then you make it to see some sort of more actions which you can do within Copilot. So you can ask Copilot to add a control. You can ask a Copilot about any question with regards to flow. So you get this interface over here as a part of the new designer. Coming back to Power Pages, so Power Pages again has a Copilot interface. You can ask Copilot to add a page, add a control within the page, and say within the page, you can even go into one of the text and suggest Copilot to rewrite something. Okay, so here if I click on rewrite, then Copilot will generate some text for you. And again, you can select the tone, you can select the length, and then Copilot will again put something, and then you can replace the text with what the desired result. Uh, so yeah, again, in sales application, you get a Copilot a window over here. You can draft an email, you can ask questions, you can get info about your account. Say if you want to know about something about pros variancy, how the pros variancy is performing in terms of sales budget, you can ask those questions in Copilot, and it will give you those result by fetching information from the backend sales table. Coming back to Customer Service Hub, here you get a Copilot interface. You can write an email to the customer, so you need not draft your email. You can write an email from here. You can get suggestions based on the cases within your application, and if you even navigate to some of the cases, then Copilot, without even you looking into the application, it will generate a summary of what's happening within the case. So you will see something called as a say summary tab, and then from here Copilot will generate some responses based on the uh, output. So if you see over here, it is generating one visual. It's called a summary. Again, it's part of the Copilot. And there are many other things which I'm going to cover in the subsequent videos. From a Power BI perspective, again in Power BI, if you have the right license, right capacity, then you will see something called as Copilot over here. And then the Copilot will allow you to generate a report. You need not even write author a report. It will automatically suggest a report, suggest a visual. Then there is something called as a Q&A. It improvises the Q&A. It will allow you to create a measure, which is again part of the Copilot. So Copilot will help you write DAX as well. From a Microsoft 365 perspective, you have Teams. Within Teams, you can get a add-on for Sales Copilot or any other Copilot, for a matter of fact, and then you can start interacting with the records. Then Power Virtual Agents, which is like converted into Copilot Studio. Here you can actually develop your own custom pilot Copilot. Okay, you can add a plugin, you can draft prompt, you can create your own models, and you can basically edit the whole Copilot experience how you want for your organization. So that's about the copilots within Copilot Studio. And then there is something called as copilot.microsoft.com. This is called Microsoft Copilot. So Microsoft Copilot is basically a Copilot within Microsoft 365. And then you can ask various questions. You can add an image and then take a photo, and then ask more information about that within your organization. Now, remember, this is within the context of Microsoft 365 and within Bing. It is protected, so that means your information is not shared with Microsoft or any third party organization. Now, if you see from a that's all about commercial thing like organizational base, but for a personal account you get something called as designer. So in designer you can actually create designs. So something which you start with is with you get to do with generative AI is creation of an image. So here you can create image with some imaginary uh, thought. Okay, so just provide a text and the image will get generated. Like if you see here, it's a city with buildings made of colorful candies. Okay, then there is a design creator. It describe a design in words and generative AI will create for you. Generative erase, if you want to erase someone from the picture, you can do that. If you see this output over here, then we have something called as a remove the background. If you want to remove the background, then you can do that with designer generative AI. And then there is brand creator, album creator. Then there is generative expand. If you want to expand an image, if you do not have that image in place, but if you want to expand that image, AI will generate those content automatically just by adding what's missing within the image. Okay, it will allow you to create stickers as well. So that's about designer. Within clipchamp you can create a video with AI. So there is something called as create a video with AI, and then you just type in your text, add some images, it will automatically render a video, add the music, add an output, add an animation, and then you can export that video in just a single click. Then there is copilot.microsoft.com. This looks similar to the work or school account Copilot, but addition to that, you can see plugins over here. You can add various plugins within your Copilot account, and then you can further expand the reach of the Copilot prompts over here. And then you can even generate your own songs. You know, there's something called a Suno, make a song with Suno. So you can generate your own song, get your own lyrics, and then it will output a MP4 file, so that you can even listen to that music after it is generated. So that's about Copilot. Then there is something called as Copilot within Microsoft Edge. Okay, so this is again kind of a similar interface. You can open any PDF document and ask them to generate a page summary, or maybe if you open any web page, say if you open a Wikipedia web page of say some say person, so take for example Roger Federer, and if you want to just don't want to read that 15-page document in Wikipedia, if you just click on generate page summary, it will generate page summary for that particular page as well. And it can also suggest you various options for planning your travel itinerary, or any other events which you want to ask the Copilot for. There is an option to add an image, there is an option to add a screenshot, and then based on that image you can even search for what is contained within the image. Okay, if you want to ask those more information, you can draft an email. So there is a compose, or you can draft some text again from here, and then you can put that content in either an email or ideas or a blog post. So that's it, folks. This is all about Copilot. I'm going to cover each and every Copilot products in the upcoming videos. So this is a good introduction to Microsoft Copilot. Thanks for watching.